Is she on there live yet? Are you live?
Take your time, young. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get older. Mama used to say, don't you rush the game, boy. Don't rush the game, boy. Mama used to say, live your life. Live your life. They say the children are our future, but with so much retribution, they missing out on their future. So much devastation, lack of education, got them twisted in this nation. Though poverty is worldwide, so it's genocide. Every day it's a homicide. These little guys spraying bullets like it's pesticide. The revolution isn't televised. It's the lives of our young black men taken by their own peers and white law men. It's a fight out here. It's like we have no rights out here. That's why we fight out here. God, please save our youth so they can save our truth. When we was young, we was fucked up too. But this is not deja vu. We hate each other and they hate us too. The Willie Rich theory. Now that's the deja vu. Take your time, young man. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get older. Mama used to say, don't you rush the game, boy. Don't rush the game, boy. Mama used to say, live your life. Live your life. Mama knows best. Mama always warned me. Her motherly instincts pushes her to inform me. Son, you a black man against a white man's army. Not knowing she was preparing me for the evils out to harm me. The Lou Afghanistan, Medellin is my army. The children are the future, dying at a rapid pace. Ready to run up in something and rip off your safe. Extendos on everything, they'll rip off your face. Heaven's paradise, to get out this hell is a race. Police killed Mike Brown over a blunt case. So my Lagoonie said, fuck it, we gon' load up the cave. Hands up, don't shoot, or we all gon' spray. Not promote violence, but what do you do when it comes your way? They took an oath to serve and protect us both, but be the first motherfuckers to slice your throat. I tried to tell them life is so cutthroat. Life is too short, precious times is being wasted. Every day is more precious lives being taken. The last of a fallen generation. Black lives matter. Is these the last days that we facing? Take your time, young. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get older. Mama used to say, don't you rush the game, boy. Don't rush the game, boy. Mama used to say, live your life. Live your life. These little drummer boys, and I ain't talking about percussion. Little guys playing with drums, 100 rounds ain't nothing. Giving headshots, and I ain't talking about concussions. Murder is the topic of discussion. We used to play kickball and kill a man. Now they literally kill a man, and I don't feel a man. They kill a young fam over a couple of grams. Slow down, little. We go to sleep to the sounds of them 100 rounds. Another body found, something is charged or face down. The number one business in this town is putting bodies in the ground. God, please slow the killing down. From tag football to fighting for a touchdown. Now we fighting for our turf, warring over blocks now. Mine stay far gone, how the hell I'm gonna slow down? Searching for a better route that's hard to be found. Take your time, young. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you
What's up, what's up, what's up? It is your girl, Miss Kiwi, and I am definitely in the building. I will be in the studio today by myself. Shout out to Fast Lane. He is in the ATL, along with my co-host, Miss Mink, out of the ATL. What's going on, lady?
Hey. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, baby. Can you hear me?
I can hear you too. I'm so excited,
Yes, we have a great topic tonight. If you would like to join in on this topic, please call in 515-599-1687. We are on the topic of vices. And I'm going to allow Miss Mink to kind of break it down a little bit and get you all a better understanding if you don't know what vices is.
Hey, all right. So when I say this is a good topic, I cannot wait for us to jump in and start talking about vices. So Vices. Those are behaviors that we actually portray, and how we cope with those different vices. Those vices can be things that are beneficial to our life. They can also be detrimental to our life. So strap on, join the conversation as Miss Kiwi stated, because you know our mission statement is we want to bridge that gap between the seasoned and our youth. We want to make sure that everybody's voices is heard. We want to also make sure that you feel comfortable with letting your voice be heard. There is no discrimination. There is nothing for you to fear. This is open discussions. You have the capability to express yourself fully, no matter what someone may think, whether they agree or disagree. It's all about opinions. It's your opinion, and your opinion count. So call in. What's that number again, Miss Kiwi?
515-599-1687. And as we stated, listen, facts, truth never needed support. But everybody's opinion is well respected. So call in, join in. Vices. Immoral or wicked behavior. Personal characteristics. Criminal activities involving prostitution, pornography, or drugs. Tell me, what are your vices? What makes you tick?
Well, you know what, Miss Kiwi? I know a lot of people not going to tell you, honestly, what their vices may be. But I think that if it is that, we get an understanding of what these vices are, then we'll be able to cope a little bit better. I found an article that was very, very interesting. And it stayed interesting. And it was basically talking about you don't have to live a secluded life. You should be enjoying life. And knowing how to cope with vices that we deal with on a daily basis can help you achieve that. Nobody is downing or saying that you can't do this, you can't drink, you can't, do smoke or whatever the case may be. It is what makes your life enjoyable. However, you do have to kind of run with caution, because that caution sign is what puts up when your body starts talking to you about how these different coping mechanisms can hurt or hinder what it is that you're trying to do. So, Miss Kiwi, what did you find as far as some of the most commonly referred to vices?
Well, there are several types of vices. Anger, you have arrogance, you have gluttony, you have envy, you have lust, you have greed. There's all type of there's all type of vices that we go through actually on a daily basis. If we be honest with ourselves, I'll be honest with myself, a lot of those that I named, I have been once before, and it could have been through some of my bad times. It could have been through just the decision that I chose to make, But we have to understand that vices are real. And once again, if you don't know what vices are, they're just wicked behaviors. Things that you know of not right. Things that you know to be wrong. Anything that you know that's going to hurt somebody else. You can be angry and wanting to, you build up a despise against somebody, and you really might not, you want to hurt them, but you might not have the intentions on hurting them. But we don't never know when you have that build up inside of you, how far you will go. How angry will you get, and what would you allow your anger to actually do? So we have to think about those things,
Yeah. That word vice is kind of strong. It has a little bit of power to it,
It
and
does.
value.
It
The
does.
word vice can be defined as, like you stated, a bad habit or ongoing pattern of behavior that represents moral weakness. That kind of stood out to me when it was that I was kind of looking into this a little bit deeper, because when it was said to me as far as vice, it kind of like struck something, and just kind of like wanted to look a little bit further into it, because moral weaknesses, our morality, and to be weak in our morality, that's something that is a little concerning,
Yeah.
because you don't never, I know me myself, I'll say me personally, I never want to display weakness.
Right.
But there are certain periods and certain time when it is that I've displayed, those weaknesses. And I'll get into that a little bit, because I got a little funny story that I'll tell, kind of like midway the show. I don't want to just spring it on everybody right now, because, hey, it might kind of blow your mind, especially knowing Miss Mink. How can anyone think of Miss Mink in this particular situation? But I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But weakness or depriving yourself, you're depriving yourself of being happy when it is that you are bringing those vices to the forefront. Some vices or actions, often we consider those to be evil, like you stated, evil and wicked. And a lot of others are self-indulgent in nature, whereas I'll say like eating, overeating. I'll say that, not just eating normally, but overeating. A lot of us have that, I guess you would say, that mental depravity of not eating healthy, but we overeat and eat things that's not good for us, that we put in our body, so that's also a form of a vice, but a lot of us do it because we're trying to cope with certain things that we may be dealing with, in life. I don't think overeating is pleasurable at all. Do you, Miss Kiwi?
No, I don't. And the thing about it, like you said, some people overeat because they're coping with something in life. Some people gamble. Some people have shopping. Those are also addictions. Vices are things that you become addicted to, whether it's good or bad. We have to, we just have to start being aware. But if you actually know some of the things, like I said, lust, greed, gluttony, all of those things. If you kind of know those things and some of what it means, then in your everyday life, you start becoming more aware of things you do, things you say, places you go, because you're actually programming your mind to start being aware of danger, because you always get warning before destruction. And like I said, somebody done hurt you, then you start having wicked thoughts, because then you have revenge in your heart. Sometimes we have to take a look at ourselves, because a lot of times that be reflection off of sometimes of what we put out there. It could be a bad, sometimes we think that, that karma gonna wait for a while to come around. But hey, in these times, karma's hitting you right back. So it's just about becoming more aware of yourself first, because it's easier to see other people's faults or what they doing wrong or what they may need to do, as opposed to looking at that person in the mirror and being able to say, Christy, now you shouldn't even did that. Now you got to be thinking wicked because you want to get revenge, but you put it out there. So sometimes we have to think about self, because it always starts with self. My vices, I had quite a few, but I thank God that I can honestly say that I work through those. And I'm not saying I've worked through them all, but I have worked through a lot of them, and I see change in myself, So we just have to be reminded sometimes,
Yeah, because one of mine is, and I know you probably say no, but yeah, I like to shop. Whoo-wee. So when I say
Jesus, help her right now, Lord. Can I get some people to pray with me, please? Thank you. Amen.
Yes,
Yeah,
mine
she like
really
well, she like
surprised
her
me.
mama used to be, but her mama she don't shop that much now, but she used to shop, cause yeah, she like her mama.
But yes, that's one of my vices. But and you know what? And it I can see how it sometimes can be a benefit, but I mean for the most part, it's a detriment because it's out of control with me. So I can truly relate to that particular vice as far as shopping and using shopping. Yeah, it's an addiction. It really is an addiction because when it becomes a detriment is when it is that you are over shopping, you don't have room for half the stuff that
Mm-hmm.
you have purchased.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, as
Mm-hmm.
well as your money, budgeting your money and preparing yourself for your future. How it
Exactly.
is, it can, I have been blessed. I'll say this, whereas it hasn't really impacted my finances, but it does, and I use it because I feel it's a piece for me. I don't like to go into the malls or the stores or whatever the case may be, but online, I'm an online shopaholic. Yes, I
Yeah.
am, and I need to go
Yeah.
to somebody's shopaholic anonymous
But see, that's the first
because
thing. That's the first thing, admitting it though. You know, you're admitting it. Now the second thing is not just admit it, do something about it. Cause you know you don't need to be shopping like that. You ain't even got no room to put nothing else. You
I
done moved
know
into
I
a
got
bigger house and
storages.
still ain't got no room. Look,
I
y'all, you
got
know what?
storages.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Now she done went to storages. See, that don't make no sense. She got probably a whole cellular phone store. She got a whole kitchen and bath store. She probably got a whole furniture storage. She probably got strictly clothes and shoes. It don't make sense. That is a vice. And the thing about it is that no, it's not hurting her finances. But what about her husband? Yeah, she got a husband and he ain't got number one little small closet. That's not right. That ain't right. So
It's not.
yeah,
It's not.
it's not.
And you have to, you have to laugh, but it is something that you do have to do because in this world that we living in now, you have to set yourself up for success. And, in reference to from a business standpoint, being a business owner, you got to make sure that you are separating those finances and that you are seeing profit from what it is that you are doing. And sometimes, hey, I might hit up them profits, but then I got to hustle to make
Yeah,
it back.
that's that
So
double
that's
hustle,
different.
baby. That's that double hustle. Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes,
those
yes,
are
it is.
considered vices. Another vice is sloth. That is a person that's just flat out lazy. They just want to lay around and live off of somebody else. They don't want to work. They don't want to hustle. Just lazy. And to be honest with you, don't even have a reason to be lazy. Just lazy. I know a lot of people like that. I know a lot of people that don't want to work, don't even want to try to hustle. They rather just live off of whoever they attached to that they know gonna get up every day and go get it. And that's sad. But you got people like that.
But
Sometimes
what
we
about the
become codependent to that. Make people lazy, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to. That's what I was getting ready to ask. So, what part of responsibility does that person take when it is that you got that person
Yeah.
that's just laying up on you, and you know it? You know it. I
Exactly.
mean, is that a vice of yours? Whereas, what is it? Is it ignorance or is it ignorance or what kind of vice is that? When it is that you know that this person doesn't want to work, and you going out hustling and taking care of this person. What kind
Every
of vice
day,
is
all
that?
day. Yeah, you know. But
I
like
say
I
that's
said,
a bad habit. Most
yeah,
definitely
it
is a bad habit.
it is. It really
Yes.
is. And it don't look good for a man or a woman. Because a man will look at you like, oh, this wench is lazy. I got to get rid of her. I love her though, but I got to get rid of her because she don't want to work. All she want to do is, baby, can we go shopping? Oh, baby, I seen this purse. You know what I'm saying? But it goes both ways because a ninja, baby, he'll lay up on you real quick too, baby. I'm telling you. He gonna hurry on and shush you out the door in the morning. He ain't gonna try to fix your breakfast. He gonna do that. All right, baby, see you when you get back. Oh, you gonna have a little money? I'm just making fun, y'all. But this is
Yeah.
real life. It's real life
Yeah,
for real.
it is
It's real
because
life.
most people have those bad habits that they would like to break, and that's what we're talking about. Those vices, those a lot of us want to break a lot of those bad habits, that we call vices. But if we're indulging in one of these expensive vices, like I just spoke on with my shopping habit, then we could face serious financial difficulties, monetary costs. Most of these bad habits also have negative impacts on our health. And
Yes.
that's a big thing. Like I kind of spoke about a little bit, and Miss Kiwi kind of alluded to, drinking, being an alcoholic, that's a vice.
Yes.
Being a
Drugs.
drug addict, that's
It's
a
a
vice.
vice.
And a lot of times those vices are helping people to cope with different things that they're dealing with in their life. But there are other ways that you can cope with things that's in your life outside of turning to that bottle of Remy, that bottle of Hennessy, or that bottle of this or bottle of that. The same way with smoking or, using drugs. There are other things that you
Prostituting.
can turn to. Yes,
Anything that that's going to be harmful. And like I said, a lot of times I don't have no shame. Like y'all see me smoke sometimes on here, but even with that, I still say it's a time and a place. You know, a lot of times we get so comfortable with I'm grown and I can do what I want. But yeah, you are grown and you can do what you want. But a lot of times we have to think about other people and the people that we have around us, and just stop always thinking self, because you are grown. And yes, you are. You can make your own decisions. You can do what you want to do. But you also have feelings, and sometimes you may be around somebody that's doing something that you would feel more comfortable if they wasn't doing it. So that's all I'm saying is a lot of times we have to come outside of our norm or out of ourself and think about other people when we're doing certain things, because it does affect them as well.
it does. It really
So
does. So I'm gonna read a little something that I had found that I thought was very, very interesting, and it kind of gives you a little bit of what do I want to say? Senses of what it was that we were talking about. And these are called 10 expensive vices that will destroy your health and your wallet. Um, the number one that was found was smoking, life-threatening disease, because it impacts your lungs, it impacts other things. That's up to $10,625 per year per person that does smoke. So that's very cost effective. As I had spoke, I'm not cost effective, but costly. Like I had spoke earlier, $300 $300 billion annually, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And then the cost of cigarettes themselves, we know currently they
like
almost
$13. Yeah, but some places they
$8.
$13. Some places
Oh my
places
God.
is $16. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because they even gave an example. Marlboro Lights, they'll run you about $13.88
Yeah.
a pack.
Yeah. But like
So
you said, those are different things that people use to cope with some things. And sometimes you sit and you say, smoking cigarettes is bad. It is. It's bad. But you rather them pick up a knife and think about going to kill somebody, or you rather them pick up a gun and thinking about going to shoot somebody, or do you rather them smoke a cigarette? Well, of course, we don't rather them do none of them. But the reality of it is how can we tell people to cope with things that they're going through? Like you said, there are other ways. There are ways that won't hurt your body, that won't impact your health, that won't impact your wallet. There are ways. And everything I say, I always start with myself first. because I got my habits still, but sometimes we just have to think about what is it that I can actually do to kind of put my life in a better position. Hey, welcome Miss Dana Dane in the building. Sis, put your purse up on your side. Yes, thank you. We got a guest joining on. Of course, she's really not a guest because she was part of the show.
That's so sorry,
Dana Dane, she is coming in on the topic. We are talking about vices, just certain things that trigger you in your life, and how to cope with it. Find better ways to cope with it, because a lot of times we cope with things, give or take, in the negative way.
Right.
Smoking, drinking, partying too much, shopping too much. Anything that could hinder your health or could hurt your finances or do any damage to yourself.
Yeah.
So, but finish saying what you were saying, Miss Mink.
Well, I was going to say, like you were just alluding to in reference to some of the, ways that you can cope, some of the coping skills that you can cope better with those vices. But before it is that I get into that, just wanted to kind of go back to what it was that I was reading. Another one, the number 2 on the list was excessive alcohol. Usage that causes chronic health conditions, and it can cost over time almost $249 billion. Because we already know that buying a bottle of this or a bottle of that ain't so cheap right about now. So hey, that's a costly way of coping with something that you are dealing with. Also, it could cause you to, not think, get out there and drive. There you go, a DUI or a possible life-threatening accident. So that's another one that they were talking about. It also causes increase in your insurance. So if you working and you are an alcoholic or you are an excessive smoker, they ask those questions when it is that you are, signing up for your insurance. So that could cause you a lot of costs when it comes to insurance.
Most definitely.
So number 3 was eating fast food. Who don't like that McDonald's or that Popeyes or that Church's and all of and the heart
I know
disease.
once upon a time I did. I patronized, like, hey, I probably got a lot of stock in them. But I don't really do the fast food like that anymore. For one, the people who's cooking the fast food, they don't cook it with care. They drop it and pick it up and put it right back on the grill. Listen, I'm telling you, listen. Some of them, hey, they playing with their hair because they really paying attention to their phone. Like, hey, fast food is not the way to go.
And it's a bad habit.
Yeah,
it really is. It's a really bad habit.
And hey, and when you in that rush, you can't make it nowhere else, baby. You go hit that White Castle.
Go get your White Castle. Go get your nasty little McDonald's burger.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and when you come out from that late night party, hey, you used to hit your White Castle's 24 hours. So get you one of those little burgers.
Get you a burger, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
But another one was, like I stated, that online shopping addiction could lead you to bankruptcy. Most definitely. I told you.
Yeah, listen. Look at your twin over here. She got her head down. Look, she got her head down.
That's mine. I'm not even gonna lie. That's like therapy for me. I'm sorry. It's therapy. If it's just going to get a roll of toilet paper, that's therapy for me. I'm going shopping.
That's me too, Dana.
I love to shop. I'm so sorry.
Hey, we gotta cool it down, Dana, because we can't afford to be going bankrupt.
I know. Yeah. You gotta cut it off. We gotta cut it off at a certain
be today.
Please help me, because I need it.
I love to see it, baby. I would love to see it. But those are different vices.
We got gambling.
Oh, real bad. Oh,
yeah. Bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Or you most definitely got to go to Gambling Anonymous, that therapy session. Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, what do they say? Sign yourself off that boat?
Man.
Yeah, they got therapy for that.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, baby. Girl, I ain't
Yes,
gonna lie, baby. The boat done got a lot of my little bread, baby. But I ain't gonna lie, I done won a lot of my bread back, but I don't even go on the boat no
But that's
more.
one
Thank you.
I've never been that one. When I go on that
Yeah,
boat,
baby.
if $20, that's
It was
all you getting
therapy
from
for
me.
me, though.
See, that's therapy for you right there.
It was therapy until I opened my eyes and my wallet and was like, what the?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I lose that 20, I got an attitude.
Yeah.
So.
After I hit that big lump sum, I said, no, sir, baby. This just all my money I done won back. Thank you. And you ain't getting a dime of it back.
Right.
Baby.
You gotta
I
keep
ain't
it.
been
You
back
gotta
since.
keep it
I
moving.
ain't been back
Some
since.
folks, they keep it going. I'm like, I
I
can't
lie,
do that one.
once they hit that, boy, I hit that ATM probably about 2 times.
Really?
Because I'm going with about $50 in my pockets. I'm like 50 in and out. But how they get you? Because they let you win a little bit. Then they let you win a little more. And you like, oh, yeah, I'm on a winning streak.
And you keep
Cha-ching.
going.
Next thing you know, you look at your thing and it done went down to 0. And you looking in
Ooh.
your purse. You like, That's what I'm saying. So, no, ma'am. After I got there, I'm talking about, I can honestly say I probably did really good. I'm broke now, so don't even think about it. But I did really good. But I didn't get a dime. No, I didn't get a boat no more. I said nope.
And as Miss Mink, you said it. That's a really big one though. A lot of people lose a lot.
They do
because
houses,
of gambling.
cars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the number. Gambling was the number 5. I mean, the number 5 on the list, and then the number 7 on the list was, as we know, drug addiction, which that is hitting our society so hard now. It is really, hitting our society. And I don't know, a lot of people don't realize that addiction is not only a vice, but you're causing it when it is that you're using it as a coping mechanism to try and deal with just different things it is that you're dealing with in life. It becomes an even worse vice. I mean, it's detrimental, it's costly, it's everything.
But
I mean,
people also got
was a number 1.
But people got to also understand and realize this too, though. Even the people that's on the drug, the people that's not on the drugs, but the people that's family to the people that's on drugs, that's their addiction too. You feel what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is when you have a family member that's addicted to drugs, you are literally living that life with them because you're really trying to see them and want them to do better, but you're giving them a little change because you don't want them out there begging and doing any and everything. But a lot of times we become codependent
it becomes part of your life. Really,
you know what I'm saying? We already know that they ain't finna go do what they supposed to do with it. They gonna take that and go get some more drugs, But you really be trying to help. But a lot of times our helping be hinders. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta think about that as well.
And the next one was marijuana.
Yeah.
So marijuana, we know, is like the gateway to other drugs. Whether we want to accept it or not. It is.
Well,
it can.
I'll say this: it can be, but I feel like that's to each his own. I mean, I'm not saying people. There are people that's weak. I'm just gonna say it. There are people that are weak, and they will find anything to get that high. I'm speaking about myself. I've never, ever thought about, I gotta go do another drug besides weed. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not perfect. I've tried a drug. It was heroin. And no, ma'am. When I say I was high for a whole week, I didn't even want to go to my mama's house. Because I already know, for one, she going to knock the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And for 2, I was so high, I didn't even know. But I was in the hands of good people. I thank God for that. And God taught me a lesson in that, because I've never, ever thought about no other drug besides weed. And that's just...
Well, Miss Kiwi, let me tell you. So I said that I had this funny little story that I wanted to tell. That scared the crap out of Miss Mink and scared me straight. So my coping, I didn't even have to worry about coming up with a coping mechanism for, marijuana usage. it's just never, ever gonna happen again. I was scared
Why
straight.
not say it? I
No.
told y'all it was coming.
Ooh wee.
Shout out to her. Come on. Let's listen to what she got to say. I told y'all.
So,
Are you gonna tell it?
I was at a gathering, and I was around there working busily, trying to get things taken care of. We was trying to end the gathering, and we was trying to put everything up, throw things away. Well, in lieu of my busyness, a person was walking around with cupcakes and brownies, and I'm thinking that these were the ending of the night thing. So they tried to get rid of all of this stuff. So Miss Mink done grabbed two. I grabbed a cupcake and I grabbed a brownie.
Ooh, a whole cupcake.
Oh Lord.
The whole
And ate both of them.
It was good.
Ate both of them. Not like
Chuck
later.
Not listening.
Wait a
to
minute. So
the
you wait. So you chunked both of them down in your mouth. You just
That's a fat girl for you.
You just did
That's
one
a
of those.
fat girl for you.
Remember we talked about obesity and eating stuff was one of those.
I missed that one. But yeah,
I ain't gonna take her home and have some cupcakes later. I gotta eat all mine now.
just gonna eat all of it. A whole cupcake, a brownie.
So in my defense, I was moving around trying to throw stuff away, clean up, and all this stuff. So I was just, I was trying to get them out my hand, and then they were good. It was good, so I ate it. So I got through cleaning up and everything. The moment I sat in my seat in my car, I was not driving. I will say that.
Thank God.
Because that's one of the vices that's on here. That's a deadly vice. Is driving under the influence. But I didn't. I sat in my seat. Next thing I know, I was seeing and hearing things was not right. Things was not right. So I really started feeling bad. So I told my husband, I said, I'm really not feeling good. I'm not feeling good at all. So he told me, he said, don't worry about it. You getting ready to go home. You can lay down, and you just probably been moving around and working too much and all that stuff. By the time I made it home, it was not happening. I did not want to get out the car. I didn't want. I told.
I
my
really wish I could share my screen. I don't know.
Let me sleep. Let me sleep in the car. And my sister.
You got the video? Why don't you share your screen? Show the people.
No, I don't. I don't have video.
Why not say it, baby? I'm telling you. That's why I say, baby, we're not
it's
perfect.
why not say it, not why not see it.
Well, why not say it, baby? Well, I said why not see it because I want her to show
We're
that
not going to
video.
show it, sister. Don't show it.
I will not.
It's okay, though, but I just want y'all to know, baby, we go through things, too, now. We go through things, too. Come on, finish this story, because I'm going to tell y'all now when I pulled up.
Okay.
Well, I was getting ready to let you say that your part, because my part was I wanted to sleep in the truck. I ain't want to get out.
Oh, God. Oh.
And when I say.
That's bad.
When I pulled up, I done jumped out the car. Okay, we finna finish partying, right? I'm like, okay, but why y'all all gathering around the door? Like, what's going on? What's over here? Y'all need help stuff? Miss Mink, why not say it, baby? I videotaped it, but I don't have, I can't pull it up for you guys.
You sure can't. You don't have permission.
I don't, and I ain't trying to get
Copyright,
sued, baby.
Get her,
I ain't trying to get sued.
No, you better not.
But I done pulled up.
Exactly.
And she's sitting there like, I'm like, sis, come on, get out the car. Get out the car. She like, I ain't got no legs. I said, what? I ain't got no legs. I said, okay. Yes, you do. What's wrong with you? Now, she's not a drinker. So I'm like, okay,
exactly.
She done got a cooler in her. Oh, Lord, here we go.
She's not a drinker at all.
This baby done ate 2 edibles. 2, not 1, 2. I'm talking about 8 of them. Goop, goop. No pause, no stop, no nothing. When she sat down, it hit her. Yeah. I'm talking about this baby couldn't even walk, y'all. Me and her husband had to carry her.
She said she didn't have legs.
In the house. And I'm sitting here telling her sister, tell your man you got legs, because, baby, you getting heavy.
Sister, wake up. What's going on?
Wake up, girl. Listen, I can't do this. I'm about to drop you. But her husband had her up like this, and I had her from the front. She's like, oh, you gotta know. I said, sister, tell your man you got legs, damn it, because you get heavy. But when I say she was gone for 2 days. She couldn't even leave the day she was supposed to been leaving St. Louis. She was in the bed, and she missed all the rest of the
So never again.
So
So I use that to say, we all have those moments.
Yeah.
We have those moments, but just those moments, those very moments, could cause so many problems. It can be very detrimental, to you, because you don't think straight in those moments. And I'm sorry, I know that there is a lot of people that, are used to it and they do it all the time or whatever the case may be. But I just want to know, how do you get past that first time? Because
everything ain't for everybody. That's what we have to understand.
Yeah, it wasn't, sister.
Everything ain't for everybody.
That was not
you
for
know
you.
What I'm saying?
Period. Yeah,
and
that wasn't.
My thing of it is that people got to get away from, especially in these times, of trying to impress. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about you, but I'm just saying people in general, because your story is your story, but there are a lot of people that I'm gonna just try this because everybody else. This is my first time, but. For one, you have to think about this. You gotta be around people that loves you and care about you, your well-being, because you don't even know how this is finna react on you.
Yeah.
Because how it react on you might not react on me the same way.
Exactly.
So a lot of times we just gotta start thinking more, like I said, about other people. Maybe at that point you have to try things in the privacy of your own home, because if you react or something, you know what I'm saying, then
then the thing is, sister, Miss Mink, your body is not used to that kind of.
Exactly.
Your body's not used to that, and by you eating it, the amount you ate, that's what did it.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. So
that was a lot.
Your body was rejecting all of that.
All of it. Yeah.
And you're right.
For 2 days.
I'm so glad that my body rejected it, because, and this is just my opinion, that's one of the reasons why it is that I wish that people would just say no. Because even though it was that my body rejected it because I've not done it and the amount that I did or whatever the case may be, there's people that's out there doing it anyway, doing that daily, doing it all the time, and
adding to it.
And that, right, adding to it and so on and so forth. And that's a vice that Lord, you shouldn't even want to put in your body.
But I'm going to say this too, and this is just on the defense of myself, because I can't speak for everybody else, because I don't know what everybody else is doing. I can only speak for me. We don't have me out here not paying my bills, not keeping up on my car, out here tripping and want to act a fool, clowning, and all of that. And I don't really know, and I'm not saying that there's not people, because just like a person like you that don't do it at all,
right?
I could see that. But people that smoke weed, I don't know nobody that has been out here in the street that just smoke weed, only weed, don't do nothing else, just weed. Be out here tripping, starting some, want to act a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't take care of their home or pay bills, or you know what I'm saying. And it might be somebody. I'm just saying I don't know of none with only weed though. I ain't talking about all the add-ons, because you got a lot of people that's just not smoking weed, and I swear up and down that's all they smoking is weed. But what you do is your business.
So let me ask you, ladies. So what does that vice do for you guys? What is that? Because
baby, I was waiting on you to ask me that. I'm going to be honest with you, and I know that a lot of people might disagree. And, hey, it's their opinion, but nobody can tell me about my body. For me, I don't smoke weed just to smoke weed for the pleasure or none of that, because, for one, my tolerance have got too high for weed. So it's not like, oh, man, I done got oh, man. For me, my body has gotten used to smoking weed to relax my muscles, because for one, I've been in 4 car accidents, and I done been to I don't know how many doctors, and can't nobody tell me nothing but, oh, you're developing arthritis. Oh, well, you do got a little sciatic nerve. Oh, you got a disc that's not in place, okay? But nobody is telling me, well, what is it that I need to do about this? Besides wanting to give me all these oxycodons, and I ain't doing that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to medicate you, but that's not helping the problem.
But don't you think that marijuana is doing that?
No,
Because you just
I
stated
don't.
that it
I
helps
don't. You know why? Because marijuana don't make me not. I get up 7 days a week and go to work. I come home. Wait. I'm finna tell you why I feel that it don't do my body like that. Because I work 7 days a week, and when I come home, I'm still working because I might have hair to do. And if I ain't got hair to do, God bless me where these my T-shirts is doing okay. So I'm always doing something. And all marijuana does for my body, that's why I said me. It relaxes my muscles where they're not tensing and I feel the pain. I'm in pain every day. I don't complain. Nobody knows about that, though, because I don't complain about it because I chose, listen to what I'm saying, I chose to make marijuana my drug as opposed to oxycodone, because I got all of it.
Fentanyl.
All that. I ain't got no fentanyl, but I'm just saying, they gave me oxycodone, oxycontin, Tylenol 3s, all of the above just to medicate it. But I say I'd rather smoke weed than to do all of that, to deal with my pain I have in my body. I can't speak for nobody else.
That's what I was just asking. I said, so is that your way of
That's
coping
my way of
with
coping.
pain?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So
you know what? And sometimes
we're talking about those coping mechanisms
Yes,
right,
for the
that
vices.
we
Exactly.
use
Yes,
to
ma'am.
cope with different things that
Yes.
we may deal with.
Yes.
Like you just stated, and everybody don't use marijuana to cope with
yeah.
pain.
They don't.
You know, they do have the medicinal marijuana now and so on and so forth, but that's not what, and then it does lead to other things for other people. It may not
other
have
people,
to
right.
It do.
Yeah.
but it may
It
lead
can. It
other,
can.
you know, so that's
It can.
what it is that I was wanting to find out is why. Because like you all had just stated, my body rejected it. I didn't do so well with it. And then the amount, you know, even if it had just been one, I'm pretty sure that my body
would have probably reacted the same
it would have
way.
been the same way.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
I don't do it.
Yeah, you probably would have reacted the same way.
I do choose other means to cope with things. My biggest coping mechanism
Not to
for
cut you off,
everything-
Miss Mink, but we got a caller. You know, we got to take the callers.
Okay.
Trees.
Hello there. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How you all doing?
Good. Can't complain. Thank you for calling in
All
on
right.
this evening. We talking about vices.
Yeah, I was just listening in reference to the vice you was talking about in reference to marijuana helping your pain.
Mm-hmm.
And you was also talking about the different prescription drugs that the doctor have prescribed for your pain that you choose not to take.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to comment on that because my doctor has also prescribed me different types of pain medicine because of the different issues that I'm dealing with within my body. Mm-hmm. And I was taking one of the medications, which was tramadol. And when I first started taking it, it kind of did me like Michelle. You know, it had me out there, and I'm like, oh, no, I can't do this. So I stopped taking it. But then as the pain intensified, I tried it again. And when I took it again, it wasn't as bad as it was the first time as far as the way that I was feeling. And I noticed the more that I took it, I guess I was becoming addicted to it. The more, you know, that feeling was gone where I felt like I was out of control. Wow. So I had did a challenge. And the challenge that I chose to do was to do stretches, you know, within my body consistently on a daily basis. So I did that, and I'm still doing it today. I started back in November. I do 300 stretches with my legs before I even get out of my bed, before my feet hit the floor. Okay. And I'm telling you, just the stretches alone have taken the pain.
Okay.
Just the stretches alone.
So is that just any
you know,
type of stretches?
Well, I do the stretches with my legs because that's where my pain is. It's my legs and my lower back.
Okay.
So those are the type of stretches that I was doing.
Okay.
And the fact is, the consistency is the key, because I would do stretches periodically, but not like I do. I'm telling you, I have not missed a day since November.
Okay.
Okay. That's good.
And it was, my pain was to the point where as soon as my feet hit the floor, tears would come to my eyes. I would have to hold on to my nightstand and the walls to get to the bathroom. I mean, it was just, oh my God, it was very unbearable. And, you know, different people would tell me about doing stretches, and I was like, you know, it don't work for me. But the key is consistency.
Okay.
So let me ask you
So
something,
that-
Caller.
Go ahead.
Because we were just basically talking, and one thing that I appreciate you calling in, and I want to hear what Dana has to say as well, because we want to make sure we encourage our callers to call in. Yes, we are sisters. The three of us that you see are sisters. We're blood sisters. As well as Fastlane being on the show, that's our brother. But we want you all to understand that just because we are sisters and brothers, we don't favor each other's opinions.
Right.
We have our own opinions. We express ourselves differently. We agree, sometimes, but a lot of times we don't agree. So we don't want you all to feel that just because we're sisters and brothers that we agree on everything.
Right.
And that if you call in and you share your opinion, we're going to disagree or, side with each other or whatever. Because my sister's opinion is her opinion. My sister's opinion there is her opinion. My little brother's opinion is his opinion. And most definitely mine. And we don't agree all the time.
Exactly.
But we respect each other.
That's
just
the key.
like we would respect your opinion
That's
when
the
it
key.
is that you call in. So, caller, I have a question for you. And the same thing goes for Dana. What is your thoughts about what it is that we just spoke about concerning drug usage and marijuana as a coping mechanism for things it is that we're going through? Not only that, alcohol usage and my shopping addiction and all of that. We're talking about those vices and those coping mechanisms that we use to deal with those vices.
Well, I would like to say, in reference to the coping mechanisms, like you say, everybody has their opinion. And that's just like I just gave my opinion in reference to what worked for me. And if somebody else that's listening would try it, it might work for them. As we listen to each other and call into Why Not Say It and hear all these different opinions, we might find something that works for us other than the drugs.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
You're right.
And that's why we so appreciate all of our callers. We appreciate our listeners as well. But get more active. Call in. We know you all have opinions. Talk to us. We're going to talk back. And like we said, we respect everybody's opinion. Truth don't need no support. Call in, tell the truth, call in facts. We all are here as listening and also to try to figure out solutions to things that is going on in our everyday lives. That's just what it is. And we appreciate you, caller, because you are one of the ones that support Why Not Say It. And we thank you all the time.
Dana, so what's
you're more
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead and finish, and then we're gonna get Dana, Dana Dane's opinion.
No, let Dana go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, come on.
No, as Miss Kiwi was saying, mine's is relaxation. Sometimes, I find as I get older, a lot of things bother me, gets on my nerves. I'm saying that don't bother me, but gets on my nerves. So sometimes I go home and I just do my thing, and it relaxes me. You know what I'm saying? So again, like Sister said, some people have different things that they need that helps them out. And some do. Some are not good. Some are. And like we were saying, like gambling, it's some drugs. Some of them, some people, that's their therapy. And I hate that some people are addicted. I hate that. Addicted to gambling. Did you talk about sex?
Yeah,
Yeah,
lust,
that
because
was
lust
one of
is one of
Is
them.
that one of them?
Lust is one
That
of them.
yeah, yeah.
And we're going to hit on lust
Cause
real quick,
because
too.
folks are
Yeah.
that's an addiction.
That definitely is every
You
day,
know.
all day. Everybody, lust.
So
lust.
yeah, so there's some things that make people relax, and that's I mean it's a good thing sometimes, and it's a bad thing.
It is. And I'm going to say this, just to, people may judge me on what I'm finna say, and that's cool. I'm okay with that.
Why not
Because
say
one thing
it?
about me, baby, I got God all over me. I keep him with me, good, bad, and ugly. And I'm not saying that because that helps me that's good for somebody else. What I'm saying to you is, in my wrongdoing, I still pray and ask God to deliver me from it. In my right doing, I still pray and thank him for what he have done for me. In the things that I think about doing that I know that's wrong, I still include God into it. So all I'm saying is that whatever it is that comforts you, we still need to take it to Jesus. Because what we think is right, he definitely might not think is right. You feel what I'm saying? So we have justification when we're not justifying it. Because at any time, we supposed to keep God first. And we should know that God can deliver us from all things. Don't ever, ever, ever think that because I sit and I say certain things that I don't know better. I do. And like I said, I got things before him, and we dealing with that. So I don't go around judging people, but I am saying that we know right from wrong, and we know right from wrong. So
and it's not a judge thing, but a lot of times when it is that you talk through things too.
Exactly.
That communication, opening up that line of communication can help. Just like our caller just stated, call in, express yourself.
It might help me, because that did. It do. Because stretching, and Carla, one thing about it, what you said is true. It's always about consistency. That's one of the things in certain areas, I say I lack in consistency when it comes to stretching or exercise. I do it. I ain't gonna say I don't never do it, because I do. I got a whole gym in the house. I do it every now and again, but I'm not consistent with it. So you're right. If I try to be consistent with the stretching, then that could help me more. To be honest with y'all, though, I don't smoke as much as I used to. But I still smoke. I just don't smoke as much as I used to, because like I said, I'm really burnt out, but it has relaxed. I found a way that really helps me. So, I'm willing to try to stretch it, I'm willing to do that. So.
Yep. And I want to read, something else that, kind of get into some of the coping skills. I found a very, very good article. Well, I'll say that I felt was a good article. It may not be a good article for others, but, me personally, I am, that's my only way of surviving. My only way of surviving is going to God first and asking God, I repent all the time, because I'm not perfect at all. And I never judge anyone. I try to encourage by spreading, what it is how it is that I deal with certain things, what has helped me through, to see if I can encourage someone else as well. But I would never judge anyone for what it is. I'm going to pray for you. That's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
I'm going to pray for you.
Exactly. But Miss Mick, you can become long-winded a little bit. So you got to, we got to wrap it on up, baby. We got to wrap it on up, baby. Every time it really, really start getting good, it's time to wrap it on up. But hey, we hear you, baby. We hear you. Come on.
Yes, but I just want to kind of share a little knowledge on the healthy coping skills for uncomfortable emotions. Yeah. Those emotions that we deal with, and those things that we have that come up on us. Like I stated, prayer is first and foremost in my life. I'm not saying that that's the first thing that a lot of people go to, but I'm just saying as far as in my life. The second thing is establishing and maintaining boundaries. practice relaxing and stretching, like our caller stated, doing deep breathing, meditation,
yoga,
using mindfulness, yoga, getting regular physical activity, keeping yourself busy.
It don't say that, sister.
Yes, keeping yourself, very, very. You was you just saying what Tina Turner was doing?
I was trying to anyway.
Hey, Tina had to cope with that doggone.
I started, baby.
Yes, baby.
Ooh, yes, Lord. But hey, it's a lot of ice and Tinas
setting
out
goals,
here.
that also helps. So doing those things on a consistent basis. We all know, and I don't know if everybody knows, but an idle mind is the devil's playground.
Yes, it is.
So if it is that you are just sitting still and you are always in that position, then just remember, hey, you giving that little demon seed the room to come in and start playing around with things that he shouldn't be able to play with. So that's just my thing. Let's focus on some healthy coping skills.
All right, now. All right. Can we get final words from my caller real quick? You have any last final words just to encourage anybody? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to encourage everybody in reference to whatever you do. The key to it all is, first of all, God. And then second of all, be consistent. Actually, consistency has been the key. And that's just like, y'all consistent with smoking. You know what I'm saying? Try something different. Mm-hmm. And you have to continue to try things until you find what works for you and your body and your mind and your soul. Because everybody is unique and different. We're fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. And, whereas weed may affect, like it affected Michelle one way through the muffins, it affects you a different way, Chris. You know what I'm saying? It relaxes you. Everybody is different. Find what works for you and stick with it.
Yep.
The consistency. Right, that's the key word too. Right. That's the key word. Yeah.
You got any final words, Danny?
If you put your mind on things and focus on other things, it helps. Because I'm like you, sister. Not as much. Work. It does it for me. I just go to work and focus on my babies and the seniors, and that helps me out a lot. So, focus. And set goals.
To all of our callers and to the call-ins and the tune-ins, we thank you. We appreciate another success. Vices. If you all have not got your tickets for the STL Awards, we are nominees. We would appreciate your supports. Get at one of us and we can lead you to how to get the tickets. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Until next Friday, we coming with another one. Love y'all.
God bless.
Peace. Good night.
Night.
Thank you, caller, again. Love you.
Love you too. Why not say it?
Why not say it?
Why not say it?
Why not?
See all these niggas out here? Struggling to survive, man. When you're struggling to survive, you need somebody to follow.